folks, Eric Lima here. You're watching my YouTube vlog of 2018. My second chapter and channel derived from my original chapter and channel. My original channel name, Eric Lima. The chapter was under 3 consecutive names at one point. Three different names, I should say. It's Lima being Lima, the People's Lima, TPL, but it's now called EML77 TV. You're watching episode 164. What's going on this lovely afternoon? Ladies and gentlemen, we're 2 days away from Christmas and 8 days away, a little over a week away from the end of this year, 2018. Just got finished watching the Patriots-Bills game, and the Patriots won 24-12, making the Patriots the first team in NFL history to win 10 consecutive division titles. Very amazing, very impressive. I love it. And it's been a great run for the Patriots. I know they've been having a tough time trying to win games and all that good stuff. Injuries, and you got Josh Gordon, who, well, I thought he would help us out, but unfortunately the demons have caught up with him. Addiction to the point where he had to be suspended again. And so Josh needs to get better. He says he decided to leave football to save face. So I don't blame Josh Gordon for that, but you know, get well, get the help you need, buddy. We're gonna miss you on the team. Hey, everybody like my haircut? Yeah, I had enough. I think it was Thursday or Friday. I had enough of this. I said, you know what? I'm going in for a haircut, and got my haircut. I am not going to have my hair out of control on Christmas Day. No way. That's for sure. Today we had our church service, of course. A few people that came in that we have not seen in quite a while. Came in, and yes, before y'all flip out, before y'all freak out about me talking to my ex-crush again, she was there. Didn't talk to her. I decided, well, I got a Pats game to watch. I got to get home. Plus, my family wasn't feeling too good. In fact, one of my sisters had a bad cough, the one that ended up in the hospital for diabetes last week, and then she ended up with a bad cough. And not only that, my mother ended up with a bad cough, and plus her voice was totally out of it, and she couldn't sing at all, and that's why she wasn't able to go to church today, unfortunately. So I had that a couple of years ago on this exact very time, and it's like, it was ridiculous, man. I wasn't able to enjoy the holidays as such. Speaking of which, we're going to segue into that, because has the holidays been the same? Has the holidays been dull? One of the DJs, Dre, from Phone 107, talked about this, and I'll give you the article when I put it up on my part of the description. And I do believe as we get older, the less we enjoy Christmas. But you know, I have to admit, I have not been enjoying Christmases for the past couple of years, give or take, and shoot. You know, I have to admit, though, my Christmases have not been the same. I mean, back in the 80s, 90s, and the first 9 years of the 2009, I've enjoyed Christmas. I've enjoyed it so much so. When I was a kid growing up in the 80s, when, you know, I think I was going through a rough patch at the time when I was a kid, and you know, my parents, my biological parents were getting separated at the time. So after my father came and got me from New Hampshire, him and I, we were trying, you know, he was trying to make ends, my father was trying to make ends meet. Being a single parent is not that easy for him, and he hasn't handled the situation before, and now it's kind of new to him, and he wanted to change his life around. He wanted, you know, for the better, and he was willing to do whatever it takes to make his life go right. So, bearing that in mind, you know, like I said, we had a tough Thanksgiving where I died back in the day, of course. People at my church, this is before me and my father decided to go there. made a Thanksgiving basket for me and my dad, and I was forever eternally grateful for that. And it was just me and him, and he decided to make a few changes, including remodel our old house. And while that was going on, we also we decided, during the Christmas season, we just every Christmas we go over somebody's house, whether it be a house of his former coworkers or a relative. At that point, and we did that. We totally did that, and most of the relatives will be on his side of the family, which is cool. I liked it. And when we decided, well, we visited. This is very difficult to talk about. I'll be honest with you, because like I said, I loved Christmas. It's that, nowadays it's not been the same, And we used to go, there was one house of a former coworker we visited. I don't remember the coworker's name. Well, the gift I got from them was the Fisher-Price movie viewer. Back in the day, you slip the cartridge in and you do that with the thing. I got that from somebody. Or was it from my godfather? I forget. It's totally it's a blur. I remember getting that gift from somebody. I forget who. My father probably wouldn't remember either. That's when you get older, your memory starts going away. So I remember getting that. It was Lonesome Ghosts, and so I turned the thing. It was really cool. It was really, really nice. I thought it was totally cool. The Disney version, Lonesome Ghosts, and I had a lot of fun. Another gift that I got from a coworker that I remember, a coworker of my father's that I remember, Tony Cardoza. We went over to his house, and I think this is on Christmas Eve before, because they didn't live that far away from my grandparents at the time, because it was south end of Bedford, and everything else. And he gave me a gift, a Transformers Prowl, original Transformers Prowl. This is back in the '80s, when Transformers was huge in the '80s, so Prowl was one of my favorites. I was really excited and happy about it. So he got me that. Sorry, I haven't lost my train of thought there. Forgive me. Then, hey, and I was really excited about it. Then we go over my grandparents on his side of the family. We had it for quite a while too. Then we. And then was it 1 year, my grandparents got me the Milton Bradley Microvision. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I can guarantee you'll be amazed. Milton Bradley Microvision is sort of like like a portable version of Atari, but all it is just nothing but squares doing it. So it's like the old school Atari 2600, handheld version, but it was but this thing was made by Milton Bradley, so it was really cool. You slide in a cartridge and it has all different sorts of buttons for each game, like bowling, baseball. It was really cool. So I was really excited about it. Really cool, and it was totally awesome. So and I think that's how I got into video games first time around. My mic's a little itchy. So so I used to enjoy, even Thanksgiving. I used to enjoy going over to my grandparents' house on like I said, my vava's house, and we used to big Thanksgiving dinner. Go up to my aunt's house, because back in the day they used to live in apartments. My vava lived in the first floor, while my aunt and uncle lived on the second floor. So we used to go up there because they have a bigger table, so. On a bigger dining room table. So we sat there, we're all gathered around eating stuff. And my grandmother, my vava, makes the best ziti ever, and it was so good. Every time the ziti comes out, my eyes lit up like a Christmas tree, and yeah, And my dad's trying to, settle down. It's like, give me some turkey. Like, give me some turkey, and I always wanted to, I didn't get a chance to try. Didn't know we had Portuguese stuffing and try it, and just it was so strange. So it was so strange. So it was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of fun. And over the years, until my dad met my stepmom back in '87, a lot of things have changed since then. Since my dad remarried in, I remember, going over there for Thanksgiving. My grandparents. So our traditions changed over the years, and we used to go. My grandparents used to live in Lake. On my mother's side, used to live in Lakeville at the time. So we go over there on my stepmother's side, and eat there. We spend. We kept up with the tradition of going over my grandparents' house, and we had 1 year it was over at our house, another year it was over at my aunt and uncle, Auntie Lynn and Uncle Duart's house, and it was going back and forth until my father decided to continue the tradition. 2003 was the last time we spent over. I think spent over my grandparents' house, and they lived on a different street, and then when my grandmother, my Vava, when Vava passed away in 2004, my grandmother lived all the way and decided to moved in with my aunt. So it's and then I think it was 1 year. 2007 was the last time I believe we spent time over there for Christmas Eve, and we used to, we spent time. We used to run around, in the cellar. I knew that. It was before my grandfather passed away, I believe, like in the late '90s or something. We used to run around down there. We used to open up the pool table, play pool down there in their basement, and it was my aunt's house. It was really, really cool. So, yeah, I kind of miss those days. I miss having Christmas those days. Had a lot of awesome gifts back in the day. We used to go shopping at the mall. When we go somewhere, my parents used to blast the Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton Christmas album. That's the only country album I will listen to. I'm not a big fan of country at all. I hated country music, and I still do. I'm sorry for all you country music fans out there. I'll probably get beat up by my family because of this. But, I hated country music back in the day. I really, really do. So, and it was at that point where we ended up getting that. We ended up doing that, and until, like I said, after my grandfather passed in 2004, traditions kind of died down. A lot of my cousins are growing up, getting married themselves, having kids of their own, and visiting other relatives, the relatives of their significant others as well. So it's like I kind of miss all that. I kind of miss spending time with my cousins and getting together with them. It's having a lot of fun, just chatting and eating food and whatnot, and just watch all the other kids playing around. It has not been the same. Plus, when I worked at Ruby Tuesday, we used to have Christmas parties at a place. We used to go dancing, karaoke singing, having a great time. Chatting and talking and dancing, going crazy. A lot of people getting drunk. I don't get drunk because I don't drink. I still don't to this day because I have to drive home. So it's it's a little crazy. I know. Was it one of my first Christmas party I went to from the company? It was a tough decision I had to make because the Christmas party the work Christmas party for Ruby Tuesday, my first year, it was a difficult decision to make because we've been doing the church Christmas parties too. And in 1995, that very year, it was 95 or 96. I think it was 95. I think it was 95 or 96. It was 96, and I went through a rough patch in my church, the fallout with my ex-crush. Don't want to get into that again, I can understand. So I was kind of concerned in that if my ex-crush and her boyfriend was there, I didn't want to go. I wouldn't want to go. So I told my parents about my work's Christmas party. I said, hey, they want me to go. I wasn't. And then they let me go. They let me go. Say, hey, you're old enough to make it. So they let me go there. So I went there because Wonder Bowl was not that far from where I live. So it was like a walking distance. I was like, well, that you can call me. I have the number. So I did call. And had my,
it was crazy. It was crazy. Then the second year I went, so I made the right decision to go there because my parents kind of agreed. You know what I'm saying? They understand why I wanted to do this. They understood. So I made the smart move, the wise move. Second year I went, it was the Moose Lodge in South End of New Bedford, and I had a great time there too. And it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good. And then we moved that over to the VFW in Dartmouth for a couple of years. I didn't go 1 year because my father felt like it wouldn't go over well with the family. I was enjoying myself. I mean, for once, I don't want to deal with all the drama in the world. What I've been going through. So I was like, okay. It was night, and so I said, okay, fine, I'll go. I went, and then ever since I got my license, and every time they have a Christmas party, I've been going by myself. Like, okay, And so, but now I quit. When I quit in 2010 at Ruby Tuesday back in April, all those days are gone. Those days were long gone. Because I think the last couple of years we had an Inner Bay. This is before I left Ruby Tuesday. And 1 year we had the Accu Billiards place, and we spent there 1 year for a Christmas party. It was 2007. 2007 to 2000. It was 2007. Totally remember. So, I was, so I kind of miss those days. You know what I mean? Like I said, going back to what, Dre was talking about, is Christmas has not been the same? He's right. They have not been the same. I mean, working at a retail store or a retail mall like I am, it's very, very difficult to enjoy Christmas. It has been a challenge. Even though you're trying to make the best of it out of, I decorated my tree. I got Tom Brady, The Rock. I got 3 ornaments of The Rock. And we got Mario and Luigi. I got Red Sox. Power Rangers are up there in that tree. And I try to make the most of it. And that's how I am. And when you're working at a job that requires you to really, do a lot of things, I feel very sad. And the reason why I feel sad is because you don't enjoy it as much. Our idea of a Christmas party nowadays, to me, is just go up, get food that the mall staff has given, and the funny part is both of my bosses think, oh, you're gonna come back and get food, right? It's like they want you to do that. And it's in their minds mandatory. It's like everything is mandatory to them. So it's like, it gets aggravating sometimes but this year I'm glad they did it earlier because they usually do it around Christmas Eve, but not this year. They did it 4 days earlier, which thank God, Last year, because my father builds a whole big buffet because he's continuing the tradition, trying to get people over and stuff. If our house had a humongous makeover and we had a lot more room and all that, I can guarantee you that we would try to do an open house for Christmas Eve. I would guarantee you that would have, if our house got a huge makeover and make it more presentable for a company to come over, that's what we would have done. But unfortunately, listen, I live in the toughest city in America today, and I know all the haters out there that are trying to get on my case and tell me how nasty my parents are and all crap like that, and just all bull hunky, all bull funky, and all a bunch of hooey and all that good stuff, and they just don't realize they just don't realize and understand, that's the way it is. So so all in all, my Christmas has not been the same, and this year it's going to be a bit different because this will be my first Christmas without spending it with my sister, the second oldest child. My brother-in-law, my parents had a falling out, unfortunately, and we haven't spoken to them since. And unfortunately, it's really, really sad. And I'm hoping that things change next year. And 2018 has been a tough year for my family and myself, of course. And it's been really tough for me this year, especially at work. So it's hopefully 2019 will be a lot of changes happening, and hopefully be changes happening for me, for you out there. I know if any of you guys have a tough year out there, remember 2019 is coming in 8 days. I should say, technically 9 days, but 8 days left of 2018. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot going on, and it got to the point where if you're if a few of your highlights are acquiring something that you wanted to get and you finally got it, it's that's how much of a rotten year 2018 has for me. So I'm hoping to find one more thing for the top 10 of 2018. I did the top 5 for the summer, but however, I'm adding 5 more things to it, and then we'll, overall, the top 10 things that happened to me in 2018. That'll be in one of the episodes pretty soon, since we are about, I was like 8 days away, and I heard a little bit of snow is coming next week as well. A little bit of snow, 1 to 3. Some of the accumulated less than an inch, coating less than an inch, which is fine. And I just got over the final 6-day work week of the year. So we're going back to 5 days, and because I have Christmas off, of course that would be this Tuesday's Christmas. I have to work the following Saturday, which is 29th, so it will be my last Saturday. We're going back to Monday for Friday once everything is back to normal. Which, sometimes my job does not make any sense whatsoever, and it's just really, really bad. It's horrible. And here's the funny part. All right, my work. I'll tell you what, my job has not been very easy this year at all. We had a lot of people quit earlier this year, and so they had me doing extra stuff like coming in to do the carpets, vacuum the carpets, and which was not that bad really. Vacuum the carpets first, and then head outside, do once around, and then go back inside, and so, yeah, my job has changed a lot, and then they decided to change my hours because the mall, the last 5 years, spent a lot of money taking down old stores and building new ones up. And this year, we had 2 of the biggest stores come in, Five Below and Forever 21, and Ruby Tuesday was gone for 2 years, and they finally decided to do something with it, and then you got the shoe department that moved from there to the corner, to the other end of the mall, and Victoria's Secret moved from its original position to a little bit up there where the Gap used to be in all that area. So it's like I said, it has been a crazy time here at the mall, and so it got to the point where they needed some money and they need some hours, and so they decided, well, we will, my boss has told me, hey, we have to cut your hours because of this, and that's fine, and when they say Monday for Friday, 6 to 11, Saturdays off, I was pretty cool with that, and I'll tell you why I was pretty cool with that. One, next year, when 2019 comes, the minimum wage will be up to $12 an hour. Yes. 2, I can use the extra day to rest, because they'll also give me an opportunity to watch Power Rangers. It's the bad part of it is, yeah, you lose hours, but the good part of it is 5 of those 6 hours. I was working 26 hours a week for 6 days, but they decided, well, because one of the guys is slow with the glass, we need you to do the glass windows. Oh, no problem. So they gave me the 5 of the 6 hours and added them to the 5 days. So I had an extra hour each day. So yeah, and then if the snow gets really, really bad, I have to come in and shovel it up and stuff like that. And I mean, which makes sense, right? They want to cut hours and they want to cut our hours. Yes, but they force us to work all these extra hours because of the holidays and then because of the snow. Yeah, I feel like Jackie Chan meme. It's like, or that confused guy, huh? What? Hey, that type of deal. So it's, so my job sometimes doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but, and I think that's another reason why I have not enjoyed the holidays. You can't take any days off. You can't take any vacations. You have to work these extra hours. It's like, and then you got these, you get your coworkers. Sometimes they come in, they show up, they don't show up, they don't call. It's like, okay, and they make you stay. It's like, that's sometimes you want to pull your hair out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, that's why I've not been enjoying the holidays this year. So I may have to, I think in order for me to enjoy the holidays once again, I may have to make a few changes in my life, and I may have to, So, but the good news is I have vacations lined up for me next year. I'm the middle of March. I'm taking off. I'm also taking off the first full week of April, and then the last few days of April into the first few days of May. I decided to do that. I got to use up these vacation hours. I know January, February are going to be tough, but whatever. Okay, and so I am just. I'm just, So I'm just, So, but here's the good news, though. Just got word from my, one of my church friends, Chuck, letter that because with the holiday festivities going on, everybody being sick and whatnot, there will be no practice this week. So, which is good. So I get to stay home and relax as well when I come home from work. So I can chill out, watch NXT and something like that. So, like I say, sometimes there's a silver lining in everything in life, and I want to try to make the best holidays as I can be. Our next episode, I got some swag that I'd like to show you guys, so I'll be on the lookout for that. I've talked too long on here. So, in closing, life has not been the same. My holidays have not been the same, but I can't give up. I can't give up on life. I can't give up on my dreams and what I want to do. And I got to keep pushing forward no matter what. I don't care if the haters give me any advice or anything like that. I don't need their advice of the haters or the trolls. I don't need any of that. All I need is a clear mind, clear head, God being with me, and just keep going. And that's what I'm going to rock and roll with this. So hopefully 2019 will be a great year for me as well, and especially for my family. So keep my family in your prayers. That's it. That's all the time we have on the show, and I want to wish everyone happy Hanukkah, a belated happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy Boxing Day, because I know Boxing Day is this Wednesday. Merry Christmas, and happy Festivus, and happy Rusev Day. You'll find out what I mean this Tuesday night. Trust me. So blessings to all of you. Hopefully you get the gifts that you wanted, and have a great Christmas, and just have fun, relax, be with your families, put smiles on your faces. Just try to make the most of it you can. I'm sure I'm going to try to. And if you need to, if you look in the mirror like me, and you look at your hair and go, it's out of control, get it cut, get a haircut. Smile a little bit, and and shave yourself if you need to, and just have a little bit of fun. All right? I'll see you guys. Catch you on the flip side. Episode 165. Look alive. Bye.